I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.
It's not about personality matrices and charts. It's all about the bumps in your heart.
Hello and welcome back to this channel. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm excited to start my very first reading vlog, although you did see me start the book this morning, and that is The House on the Cerulean Sea, which I'm going to read for this reading vlog. I actually wanted to read at lunch and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go sit outside in the sun, and then as soon as I said it, the sun just disappeared behind a cloud and never came back, and it's really chilly without the sun, so I just never ended up reading because then skincare YouTube videos happened and I never started reading. So now it is the evening, I am done with my work. I just was on the phone with a friend of mine and we talked for 3 hours because we hadn't talked in a really long time. But now I made myself some popcorn, very excited, and I'm going to sit down and keep reading The House on the Cerulean Sea. So what I'm also reading right now is Hood Feminism. That's my non-fiction pick for the month, and I started reading it a few days ago and I really enjoy it, but I usually like to have several different types of books going on. I'm also listening to an audiobook. I'm listening to Honey Girl, but I usually listen to that when I'm like in the shower, cleaning, doing stuff like that. So for relaxing time, we're gonna sit down and read and just chill and have a nice evening together, and I'm really excited. Good morning. So I just read some more of The House on the Cerulean Sea. I really like reading in the morning. It's just something that like wakes me up and takes me into the day. And yes, I know that that is counterintuitive that reading would wake me up, but it just wakes up my brain because it stimulates something. Really enjoying the book so far. I'm at page 110, I believe, and it's really fun. The way I imagine everything in the book is like a Wes Anderson movie in my head. So if you've ever seen like the Grand Budapest Hotel, that's kind of the style that I can see this story unfold in my mind. So it has an interesting writing style. It's very cute. It's very uplifting. So it's about this magical youth, and the main character is someone who works for the Department of Magical Youth, and he is basically an inspector for orphanages of magic youth where orphans live that have magical abilities. And so now he arrived at this one very special orphanage with kids that have extra special needs or capabilities or abilities, whatever, and it's just sweet. Yeah, so today I'm going to work on some uni stuff, so I am going over to my desk now, and maybe I'll read again during lunch, but my boyfriend is home today, so maybe not, and yeah, we'll see each other maybe this evening. Yeah, see you later.
Grace's notes. Vector light fields. Talk dirty to me, baby.
Hello. I had a nice afternoon, nice working day, and got tons of stuff done, which was nice. Not so much stuff for university, but that's just the way it is sometimes. So I had a nice little workout and took a shower, and I started listening to Honey Girl while I was showering, so just to relax on the side. And I don't know, I think I'm at 30% of the book right now, and the protagonist, she has these issues with her dad not being proud of her, and this is not really a spoiler, it's just a very long theme in the book, but she gets her PhD in astronomy, which is super impressive. live, and her dad for some reason thinks that this is like stupid. I don't know. I've seen stuff like that happen to friends of mine that were like, they're the first generation of people who are studying at university, and I have this feeling that people who have not attended university and they want their kids to attend, that they really can only relate to all of the things at university where they know what job comes after, right? So medicine, you'll be a doctor. If you study law, you can be a lawyer. And I feel like a lot of parents who want their kids to succeed and go to university and do things and great things they always want them to do, like medicine or law. Some in Germany, teaching is a good gig, not in the States, but here it is. And so just safe studies like that, and anything that isn't safe, they deem bad or problematic. And I've seen it at my school, I've seen it in friends, and it just hurts me so much, because attending university, no matter what subject it is so difficult, going through everything and getting everything done, and oh my god. And then I always felt so much for friends of mine whose parents would not emotionally support them through difficult times because they thought that their studies were worthless. So that's kind of making me very upset while listening to Honey Girl. Yeah, so I figured I'm going to keep reading The House on the Cerulean Sea, because I am in the mood for actually reading and not listening so much anymore. I like to listen to books when I'm having dinner or having lunch because it's just more practical. So my boyfriend is out for a run, and then he has like a virtual meeting of one of his volunteer organizations. So in the meantime, I'm going to be reading over here. So a bit of an evening update. I read some more, but I also just talked to my parents on the phone. We FaceTimed a little bit. I haven't talked to them in a while, and my mom got a new iPad and she's super excited about it, so I FaceTimed her on her new iPad. I am on page, I think 220, 218, something like that. 218. It's for sure like one of the sweetest books I've ever read. But because the writing style and the way it's written is so, like I said yesterday, so Wes Anderson, it doesn't seem cheesy, which I find pretty good. And I have welled up many, many times already. I fear that I'm going to be bawling by the end of the book. Now it's close to bedtime, so I'm going to brush my teeth and watch another episode of Modern Family, and then head off to bed because I'm tired. Hello, good morning. I just had another little morning reading session. I think I read 2 or 3 chapters, and I'm kind of scared for the next part of the book because, I mean, obviously, I don't know. I mean, at least most authors, or there's always something in a story that's like the conflict or whatever it is, the hurdle or the thing that they have to overcome. And up until now, this book has just been so sweet and gorgeous, and the characters are just, I just really want to like take care of the characters and make sure they're okay, and I'm really not sure if I'm ready for any type of conflict. So that's what I'm kind of scared of at this point. But I don't know, maybe the author will choose not to do like one big thing that they have to deal with and maybe do something different. I don't know. But anyway, today I have kind of 2 things on my agenda. I have to start working on the discussion for my report. The sun's coming out. But I also have to film something because I've been waiting on a brief from a sponsor for a long time, and now I finally got the brief, so I can finally film it. But that is my update for the morning, and I will see you later. It's lunchtime. You've probably already seen. I went shopping quickly and got some stuff that we needed. We needed like mouthwash and everything. I just used up all of the vegetables that we had left in the fridge and then just tossed that together in a pan. And it was so good. It was surprisingly good. I am so amazed. And I also got another package. I've been trying to find a vitamin C that's affordable and that I like, because I've been using the ordinary, I think the 23% vitamin C suspension for in the morning, but I hate the texture. The texture is just not my thing at all. And I found this new company called Geek and Gorgeous, and they also have fairly good prices. So I think this was 10 euros, which is pretty good. And it's a 15% vitamin C serum, and it has all of the stuff that I'm looking for. So I'm very excited to use it. So we'll see what comes of this. I'm going to put this in the bathroom. After the storm-like weather intermission, it started storming, and I am not kidding you, like trees bending, hail, everything storming outside. It kind of cleared up, but it is getting really cloudy right now, so I think I got home just at the right point, and I took a nice long walk, and it was so nice. I was listening to Honey Girl. I'm at 50% in the audiobook right now. And I have to say I'm not really feeling the book, although I have heard from some people that they didn't necessarily get into the first half and that they really got into the book in the second half, so I'm definitely going to keep listening to it. The author definitely has a knack for making situations feel pretty real. Like, they're written in a way I would tell a friend of mine, like if I went somewhere, that's kind of how it feels, especially when you're listening to it. So I really like that about the book, but I'm not so much into, I don't know, I don't really feel a connection with the characters. I mean, I was so angry for Grace, who's the protagonist, about her dad and about people being like, astronomy is useless, you're getting a PhD in something useless. And it's like, what? How can you even think that? So I was very angry on her behalf. But now she is in this phase where she's like trying to find herself and things are happening, and I'm not really clicking with that. I don't know, maybe something else will come up. But I'm really excited to read The House on the Cerulean Sea. I'm really excited for that now. I'm getting into my little reading time. Okay, I did forget. I got some mail, and I think it's some books. So I thought I would open that up with you guys. This one is from Thalia, which is a German, like, larger bookstore. Something similar to, like, Barnes & Noble. And I got Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. A lot of people were talking about this book and how good it is, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to read it. So, and this one is from Medimobs, which is like a secondhand book place or media place. I guess you can buy tons of different things secondhand there. And this is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I don't know if I'm translating that correctly. Wow, this is such in perfect condition. This might even be new. This looks really good, but they had a really good deal on it. I think this has to be used because this was like 10 euros, and for a hardback, that is such a good price. So I'm really excited about it. I've seen so much about this on Instagram, and it just has such a cool cover, which is why I just had to get it. Oh my gosh, Clap When You Land, that is so cool. So underneath the jacket, the book looks so cool. Look at that. On the back side, it has like New York City fire escapes. I don't know. Hello. It is Thursday morning now, and I finished The House on the Cerulean Sea last night, and this was a wonderful, beautiful read. My boyfriend came home last night and we watched Supernatural together, so I wasn't going to talk about it until now when I had the time, but yes, this is a beautiful book and I had so much fun reading it. If you are in need of like a hug, this is the book for you because it's just a wonderful, beautiful book and so sweet. I was so scared of something bad happening to these characters, or some really big conflict or something horrible happening to them, but that there were conflicts in it, not something that horribly hurt, so that was fine. And what I liked about this is that it was unbelievably sweet, and there were so many quotable and beautiful moments in this book, but it never seemed cheesy at one point, because the main character that we see this story unfold through, he takes himself so seriously. He's like a really type A person, and because his character really contrasts with all these very sweet moments, you don't feel like it's very cheesy, because he's just honestly and earnestly saying what he means and what he thinks, and because of that, it just doesn't feel like a cheesy book, which I appreciated, because I'm not a cheesy person, but I really like this. Hello. What started out as a pretty good day turned into a very difficult day. Obviously going to get my period very soon, because I think I started my PMS, and that means for me that I can get very anxious and emotional about things. And this morning I had a complete meltdown, including some panic attacks and a very big bout of crying, mostly due to some like financial things. It's difficult to explain. Mainly I'm just now going to listen to Honey Girl and chill, but I unfortunately have a horrible headache, which is why doing school stuff became not possible. But that is also okay, because I'm ahead with my school stuff, so I could miss a day, which is fine. And even so, I could miss a day because we all need to be able to take mental health days. If I were sick, I would take a sick day, so if we had bad mental health, we have to take a mental health day. So I'm just gonna keep chilling here. I will see you later. Hello. I am actually editing the video right now, so it is already next week, and I realized I never really filmed an outro because I was still in pain for several days after I filmed that clip on Thursday where I'm explaining that I had PMS. So on Thursday I had bad mental health, and then Friday and Saturday I was in severe pain. So I didn't do much, but I did finish Honey Girl. And I actually have a clip of myself talking about it, but you can very visibly see that I'm not happy in that clip. So I think it's better if I talk about the book again and try to explain what I was trying to say. But essentially, I finished Honey Girl while listening to it, and I really liked the second half of the book. So Grace, in the second half of the book, she spends some time in New York, and then she spends some time in Florida, and the time that she spends in New York was the time that didn't necessarily resonate with me. But I think that's also because she herself as a person was feeling a lot of conflict, and she still had a lot of like deep and buried issues that she was still trying to access, I guess. And in the last part of the book, where she is in Florida, she really starts exploring everything around her and exploring all of the problems that she had, which I really liked, and I love that part. What was really cool is that in the second half of the book, I saw a lot of the things reflected that I read in Hood Feminism, which is really cool that when you were reading it like non-fictionally as an essay and then see it in fiction, that was really cool. So Hood Feminism talks a lot about how we perceive young Black women, or Black girls even, from a very early age. We perceive them as stronger and more powerful and less vulnerable than white women. I think in the last part of Honey Girl, they really went into that topic, and Grace was reflecting on how she has been treated in science as a biracial woman, and how people treat her differently, that people didn't believe her, that was her work, for example. They didn't believe that they were her results, and that she had to work twice as hard to be accepted and respected as compared to her white colleagues. And I can really see that happening. And it's kind of sad because, I mean, I do work in research, and there are only very few spaces where I see women and then women of color and Black women even less. So I can really see that happening, and I really appreciated that topic in the book. And she really starts taking apart all of these different topics, and I just loved the second half of the book. So I ended up really loving Honey Girl, but the first part just wasn't my thing, so I'm still kind of not sure what I'm going to rate it. We will see at the end of the month, but I really loved the second half of that and the topics that were explored in this. I did not get to finish Hood Feminism on the weekend. I just didn't feel like reading too much nonfiction. I am at page 158, so I didn't get much further, but I'm really enjoying the essays, and I really want to take my time to absorb the information that is in them. But we had a really, really great weekend. I'll just walk you through that real quick. On Saturday, I was unfortunately still in a lot of pain, so I didn't really do much on Saturday. But it was Mother's Day on Sunday, so we just had a really nice day with my mom and spent some time with her, and my dad was there too, and we just had food and good things, took a long walk, and just had a nice day. And I'll give you a little montage of that now to end the vlog. But I am so glad you were here. I am so sorry that it got kind of discombobulated due to my issues, but that's just the reality of having a uterus. So I think most of you will know what that's like. But thank you for being here. It was a lot of fun, and have fun with the montage.